and your experiences as you have traveled through Onpassive and what it has done for you. So I will pass it on to you. I believe we've sent you some questions and something that you can be able to share along this line, so you can basically touch on that. And after that, we have a question and answer session. And if people have questions, they're free to ask during that time. And we have some of our PNG mothers who want to share their stories. They will share their stories. Thank you, Michael William. Over to you, my brother.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, David. And it really is my pleasure in being here with you and everyone from Papua New Guinea and those outside as well. Certainly my first time sharing with your team. And I certainly know that you're doing an awesome job, David. I mean, we hear so many good things about Papua New Guinea, and it's amazing when you look, at a place with, I believe it's around 10 million people that live there, and to see the strides that you guys are making, that is just fantastic, so, I commend you on that for sure. Tonight, yes, I'd like to basically cover 4 or 5 things, and then we can go into Q&A. So I'd like to, share briefly, why I joined Onpassive. Then we can get into talking about making money on the internet, and how that relates specifically to Onpassive. We can touch on a little bit about soft launch, a little bit about hard launch, and lastly, talk about Oh Bless. And then that could lead us into Q&A, where I believe we'll have some fun. Okay, sounds good? All right. Okay, so why did I get involved with Onpassive? So, I've been a certified financial planner over the years. I've done real estate investing, I've done Forex trading, I've done a lot of different things, and, been in my own business for over 20 years now, but the last 10 years specifically on the internet. And so it's always been my idea, or my thought, is that when we join a company looking to make income, looking to make money, when we join a company, is it not possible for us to simply just pay the company and have the company, do all the work for us? Like, is that not possible? And so I always believe that. And so 10 years ago, I decided to start Automatic Internet Millionaires, which is basically a system that was put together to do just that, was put together to be able to help people to just get in. And once they got in, then we did all the work for them, because there's so many people around the world that we know that are in, some bad situations. I believe the number is somewhere between 4 and 5 billion people around the world are in poverty. And that blows my mind, because I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think that there should be so many that don't have, and yet there's a handful, I say a handful, they say it's 1% or maybe even less than that of the world population, but that's a handful compared to, almost 8 billion people in the world. And for them to be able to have so much, we look at so many billionaires, around the world, and yes, we hear they're doing some things, but I don't think they're doing enough. There is no reason why that wealth cannot be redistributed, to be able to help everyone around the globe, so that we at least be in a situation that we can provide for our family, be able to provide for our family. We're not saying that everyone should be wealthy. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm not saying everyone should be a millionaire, but, no one should be living, in this time and age without clean water. No one should be able to, go to bed at night, and not have enough to eat. You know what I mean? So there's more than enough. We know there's abundance in the world. And I think it just comes down to greed, that people just like to hoard. They just like to keep what it is. So for me, my quest has always been to help people. That's always been my passion. Anywhere I can help, I try to lend that helping hand. And so being in business over the years, that's what really led me to the idea of how can we help others? How can we put something together on the internet that people can just simply get in and they could win? And so that's what Automatic Internet Millionaires is about. We were able to set it up in such a way that people would register for a few companies that we're involved with, okay? And from there, they would send us their information. We then set up everything for them. So we will set up a domain for them, David. You know, we would have a website set up for them created. We would create the content on the website. We would help build capture pages, landing pages. All these are internet tools that are needed to build a successful business on the internet. We set up their autoresponder, and what an autoresponder is that when people send a message to it through our capture pages, the autoresponder would automatically send out information to them. So the autoresponder was basically doing our selling for us. It was our sales page was included in it. Our follow-up message that we'll follow up with these individuals was in it. And when a sale was generated, that individual whose system generated that sale would get paid. Okay, they would get paid. So it was a simple process. And where did these customers come from? Where did these visitors, where did this traffic come from? We created that. We purchased traffic on behalf of our members, and we sent that traffic to that domain name, and that started the process. So it was 100% automated for our members that came in. So I knew that that was the way to go about, you know, actually helping people to be able to make money on the internet. Okay, because in order to make money on the internet, you have to be able to sell products or services. Okay, that's one thing that you have to be able to do. Okay, you have to be able to build a network or build a team. Okay, you need to be able to do that, and most people cannot. Most people cannot sell. Most people cannot refer others. They cannot build a team. They cannot recruit. You know, they just can't do it. The majority of us, we're not salespeople. Okay, so there has to be a way, there has to be a system, there has to be a mechanism that can do it on behalf of these individuals so that they can have the success that they're looking for. Okay, and so that's what Automatic Internet Millionaire was all about. It completed the entire process for them, from sending the traffic, doing the following up, doing the presentation, all of that, generating the sales. Okay, but there was a problem, David. There was a problem. And the problem was we were involved with companies that had auto ship. We're involved with companies where there was a monthly subscription that would come out of the members' pockets. So if they weren't making money fast enough, they would simply quit. They would give up. They wouldn't wait 90 days. They wouldn't wait for 4 months. If they didn't make money in that very first month, they were gone. So that was the problem within the system. But we kept at it, you know, and what happened, to make a long story short, is that we came across Onpassive in July of 2018, okay? So July of 2018, a friend of mine shared the information with me. When I first saw it, I was like, no, it's not going to work, because to me, this is what we were doing, okay? This is what we were doing with Automatic Internet Millionaire. So I said, no, it's not gonna work. So I passed it, you know, and then a few other individuals, you know, kept sending me information about it. So I was like, you know what, maybe there is something to this thing. So I went, spent the time, watched the 2 videos by Mr. Ash Mufareh, our CEO, you know, and I thought about it, slept on it, you know, and the thought just keep coming back to me, you need to get into this, you need to get into this, you know. So I listened to my inner voice and decided to jump in. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did, because Onpassive is what everyone wants and everyone needs, you know. Warren Buffett, right? I'm sure we've all heard this quote where he says that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die, right? So I'm like, wow, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So that was one of the thoughts that was always in my head. And guess what? Onpassive is that, because Onpassive is using the internet. The internet doesn't sleep. 24/7, it is working constantly. It does not sleep. So clearly, the internet makes sense for people to get on, get involved in order to make that money, right, while you're sleeping. And then former US President Bill Clinton, he says, because of the power of the internet, people can take a small amount of money and they can turn that into a vast sums of money, just a small amount. And what better way than, when you think of all the people around the globe, you know, some people live in countries whereby, you know, average income is $200 a month, some $300 a month, and so on, right? So what better way for these individuals, right? To be able to participate in this thing called the internet, to be able to make income from home, right? Than to participate with a company such as Onpassive. So to me, Onpassive was really that solution that we were looking for. Yes, we started our AIM system, 10 years ago, but compared to Onpassive is like 1,000%, better, right? Onpassive is really what we were trying to do, but didn't have the ability or the resource to actually get it done. So I am so thankful and grateful. You know what I mean? I pray for Mr. Ash Mufareh every night. Why? Because he was the one with the vision. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for his good heart, none of this would be possible. So we have to always remember that it's really because of his vision, his wanting to be able to help people, his wanting to be able to redistribute wealth, not just make wealth for a few people, but be able to get it out there to so many people globally so that they in turn can transform other people's lives, And so that's how we got into Onpassive back then in 2018. And, we just haven't looked back since, because we know the technology is there. We know that Onpassive is going to provide domain name, autoresponder, capture pages, landing pages, bulk mailer. Okay, to send out large amount of emails for marketing purposes, you need a bulk mailer. Onpassive is providing that. A way to clean, if you have email list, email data, a way to clean that list. Onpassive is providing that. The traffic is so key. There's so many businesses out there that people can join. But the problem is they don't have a way to duplicate. They don't have a way to take advantage of leverage. They don't have a way to be able to get customers in their business, because you need that. You need to make sales. And Onpassive is taking care of that entire process. Onpassive is going to set up a domain name for you. Onpassive is going to send traffic or visitors to that domain name. Onpassive is going to pull them in by offering them a 7-day free trial. When they get in, Onpassive continues to communicate with them by sending them offers, sending them information about our products, okay? When that individual decides to, yes, this makes sense, I want to get in, that generates a sale for us, okay? And when a sale is made, we get paid instantly. And that can turn into thousands of dollars, and even in some cases, millions of dollars over time, okay? So we know that Onpassive is the answer, okay? As far as soft launch goes, we know that, we saw that O Academy, so our very first product was released so that we can get a better understanding of it, okay? More information will be coming on that, and more products will be launched in the next coming weeks, okay? So Onpassive is going to roll out a few products so that we can have that with us in our Go Founders back office, okay? So therefore, there'll be no question when bonuses start to be paid out, there'll be no question as to, well, what is going on here, okay? Onpassive want to make sure they're doing everything by the books. They want to make sure it's clean, want to make sure it's honest. They want to make sure that there's no jurisdiction or no country around the world that can look at us with a question mark. The only question they're going to have is, how are they able to do this and why are they doing it? You understand? That's the only question that governments and countries around the world are going to be looking is, why are they doing this? Why do they want to help people, right? And it's amazing because you would think that governments are there for the people. But unfortunately, in most cases, that's not what it is. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So you're going to have that, slow process of dripping the products in, right? That comes together, and then we get into soft launch. So in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I believe soft launch is just around the corner. It really is just around the corner. And when we get into soft launch, the company's going to start, giving us the ability to test all these products, right? We'll be able to try them out, okay? The company will be, sending out marketing campaigns for us, okay? And so those marketing campaigns could generate a sale or a customer or get us another founder within soft launch. When that happens, we will get paid on that, okay? If we so choose to also promote, to also share, to also market, okay? And we in turn get a new founder, because we're still in the area where we're getting founders in soft launch, that also results in us getting paid. Okay. And if we have a team during soft launch, okay, if we have a team during soft launch, that increases the chance of us being able to make more money. So it is important to have a team. Okay. It's not required, because whether you're active or you're passive, we get paid with Onpassive. Okay, that's why it's called Onpassive. On means active, right? Which simply means that you're sharing information with others. That's all active means. Okay, and then of course you have passive. Passive simply means that you get involved in the company as far as paying attention, see what's going on, you know, staying tuned, come on these webinars, etc. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to share with others. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to. Whether you do or not, you're going to win. And that's the beautiful thing about Onpassive. Everyone will succeed. Okay, then from there, right, once the company has now tested all of the products, then we get into a hard launch. Okay, hard launch means we're open to the public. Okay, it means that now there's no longer founders. Okay, it means that now we can have resellers and or customers. Okay, and so customers are going to be people who simply just want the products. They say, you know what, I want a webinar platform. Okay, here's OConnect. They say, I want an e-learning platform. Okay, here's Ocademy, and so on. Okay, so that's what customers are. Customers will pay out of their pocket every single month. Okay, out of their pocket. Okay, they will have the ability to break even. They will have the ability that as the customers builds out the system, as the company bring in more customers as well, customers will be able to have customers on their team, a small team though, okay, to the point where they can actually break even. If they want to make more money than that, if they want to go beyond just breaking even, meaning that they're basically getting their products for free each month, if they want to go beyond that, then they have to elect to be a reseller. Okay, they'd have to elect to be a reseller. Okay, and that's how that would work. Okay, now going from there, we know that all of us who are founders, when we get to hard launch, we are going to make that product purchase. Okay, when we make that product purchase, we're also going to elect to be a reseller, because we want to be a reseller. Okay, resellers where the money's at. It doesn't mean that we have to go out there and resell the products. We are paying the company to do that on our behalf. Okay, as I explained earlier, the company's going to set up all the tools for us on the internet. They're going to find the visitors, they're going to find the people who are looking for what we have, what we offer as Onpassive, and they're going to send the traffic our way, and we in turn going to benefit because we get paid for that. Okay, so the company is basically your sales force. The company's going to out there doing the selling for you. Does it mean that you don't have to, or you don't if you want to? No, if you want to share the products after hard launch, of course you can. Okay, that's just going to increase your bottom line. It's going to increase your bank account, which is what you really want. Okay, and so in a nutshell, you know, that's what we have with Onpassive, and this is why people are so excited. People are so excited because they know it doesn't matter, you know, what their background is. It doesn't matter what their circumstance is. It doesn't matter, you know, their situation, whether they're, you know, living well, whether they're wealthy. All that doesn't matter. What matters is for you to get in. That's all that matters. Find a way to get in. When people get in, we know that they're going to win. And that's a beautiful thing. And I just can't wait for that day, David, you know, when the doors open up, you know, and people start to see an increase in their bank accounts, you know, it's going to be such a beautiful thing, you know, and that's what all the products and tools are about. That's why Onpassive has to, you know, take the time to make sure all the products and tools are correct. So when you go to the marketplace, there's a frenzy out there. Everyone wants what Onpassive has, you know, and that's what we're going to have. Okay. And in that process, as we generating all this income and we are bettering ourselves financially, okay, we in turn have that opportunity now to share with others, to bless others. And that's where that Oh Blessed product comes in. right? We will have the opportunity to include any charities or any organization that we want to share with, we want to donate to. We can include them in the Onpassive system, okay? And then others, not just ourselves, but other founders, anyone that's involved in the Onpassive ecosystem, they will be able to also donate. So can you imagine you have 1 million people in Onpassive and each of them donate just $1 to a cause, just $1 to a cause. Can you imagine? Okay. And so that's what Oblast is going to be about, because Onpassive was designed to create wealth for people. It really was. And so I know that there's lots of individuals that would love to just see an extra $500 a month coming in. You know, they just love to see that. And that's going to happen for a lot of people. It's going to happen over time for a lot of people. But Onpassive was designed to create wealth. Wealth goes beyond $500 a month. Wealth goes beyond that, okay? And so by you now being able to accumulate newfound wealth, that simply means now you can now bless the lives of others. And that's what we're going to have with Onpassive. Okay, so from there, David, I turn it back to you so we can get into Q&A and then take it from there, all right?
My brother from another mother, Michael, great job, man. Sorry, David.
Go ahead, Mati. Go ahead, Mati.
Fantastic, Michael. You know, the crazy thing about this business is you could go to many, many webinars and you always pick up something new. You always pick up something new. And it's good for people to see different people explain how this is. And you made it very, very simple for people to understand. I appreciate it very, very much. It's very good, very good. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Okay, you want to be like me and I want to be like you. All right, no problem. It's a fair trade.
Excellent, excellent, William sir. Excellent. You made it so easy to understand it. And very, very nice. Excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Modi.
Thank you, Dr. Modi. Thank you, Michael. You know, in Papua New Guinea, most of our people, about 70 to 80%, are not computer savvy, and you know, internet and online marketing and business online is a completely new thing to them. So when we are talking to our mothers, you know, our mothers, they are just everyday mothers doing what they do to put food on the table to support their husbands. And we talk to them about, you know, computer making money for us. So they are just wondering, how can the computer make money for us? You know, they're trying to understand that concept. So can you relate some products that we have, some of our major tools like Academy and Connect and those tools? Can you just go a bit on the products so that they can understand that this is how this company will be making money through those tools, and that it will be paying us?
Sure. So it's like, okay, so in Papua New Guinea, I'm sure people sell things, right? They have different products that they sell. Okay. And so if you take someone who goes to the market and maybe they're selling fruits as an example, okay? And so, you know, you have your fruits, you go to the market. Why do you go to the market? You go to the market to sell it because you know people are going to be coming there, okay? So when people come there, they're going to see your products, okay? If you have products to sell and you stay inside your home with the products and no one knows that you're inside your home with products wanting to sell, right? You're not going to make any sales. You have to go, right, where the people are going to be that's going to be looking for what you have, or you have to find a way to bring them to you. You can put up signs and say, okay, at my home at this, you know, date and time, I'm going to be selling some mangoes, right? So you have to let people either know where you're going to be, or you have to go to them, okay? And you have to have the products to sell. If you show up with an empty basket, well, you're not going to make any money, okay? Because people are coming looking for mangoes, right? So on the internet, it's the same thing, okay? It's the same thing on the internet, except you have digital products, okay? And so the products them that Onpassive have, right? Whether it be O Academy, okay? So it's a e-learning platform. People want to learn different courses, etc. They have certain information that they want, so they can come to Onpassive and they'll be able to see what courses are offered, okay? So that's a product, okay? The webinar, just like we're all on Zoom right now, Zoom is a product, okay? So Onpassive will have its own webinar platform. It's another product, okay? Just like you have mangoes, maybe you'll have some tomatoes, maybe you'll have some coconuts, etc. Okay, same idea, right? Maybe you're selling some sort of jewelry, trinkets, etc. Okay, you're gonna have products, and so Onpassive has digital products. But the thing is, Onpassive has to be able to have a way, okay, to let people know, hey, everyone on the internet, we have these products available, and this is where traffic comes in. Okay, so Onpassive as the technology, they have the know-how, right? They have the knowledge, right, to how to let people know that they have these products available, okay? And so this is where a website comes in, okay? So like if we go through our website now, onpassive.com, right, we'll be able to see the product information and we can read about all the different products that Onpassive has, okay? So the idea is Onpassive takes you, David, set up a website for you, maybe it's davidbacau.com, okay? Then Onpassive is going to find visitors on the internet, whether it be through Google, etc. They're going to send these visitors over to where the product will be available, which is your website. So when they come and see all the people in Papua New Guinea, all their website, because they're going to have it, you don't need to know how it works. You don't need to be able to play with it or set it up or anything. The company's going to do all of this for you, right? So as the company sets all this up for you and they find the visitors, the people who wants what we have, and they send them over here, in time, those people are going to make a purchase. When they make a purchase, that's a sale. That's just like somebody comes, show up at the market and they buy a mango from you. So here they come in and they're buying O Academy. They're coming and they're buying, O Connect. They're coming and they're buying O Domain, O Tracker, O Trim. All these internet products, they're coming to buy them, okay? And then what they're gonna do from there, they're gonna now turn around and that money goes into your wallet because the customer made a purchase. When that money goes into your wallet, you will have the ability to now send that money from the wallet to your bank account, okay? Or however way we'll have set up for people that they'll be able to access the money that they can then spend in their local currency, okay? So that's how it works, okay? You have to be able to have products available, which Onpassive does have, and you have to be able to find people that's willing to buy these products. And Onpassive is going to do that as well for us. We don't have to find the customers them. We don't have to do the marketing. We don't have to do the presenting. We don't have to do the offering. We don't have to do the following up. We don't have to do any of those things, okay? We pay one time to the company, and then the company does everything for us, month after month after month, year after year after year. And that's how we are going to create our newfound wealth, David.
Wow. Thank you, Michael. I'll just speak in Pidgin. You harem online long long place you plus stop. This la company Onpassive wrote long making money. You buy come you pay him tasol registration fee below you. Now time you like go starting business now, but you pay him activation fee below you. So time you pay him this la fee now, you lock in now. You lock in so rot below you lock in money or some big money Michael and talk Osem now you miss salim kau you miss salim buay or you miss salim you miss the house corner below you mean you put him sign legal something you miss salim. But this like internet business, yeah. This like company set him up, yeah. So you come up with some founder. You don't have to making one work company yet by working website below you, company yet by making something now and by putting address below you go on top long online. And now, all right, all kata disla product lo mi playa, emosem. Now you mi look lo video, you mi talk lo conference, mi plagat one plakan product osem. So all customer all ba kami said, now ba buying disla product. So time all buying disla product, and you know what plus something you buy stuff that's all. Now by you sim pay blue. And now by money by going to wallet blue, now you can transfer him kami sila bank account blue. Now you can use him disla money. Thank you, Michael. I've just translated that for everyone to
David,
hear.
help me make
And yes, go ahead, Nancy. Yes.
Enough make him more explanation to lo line blue me lo disla.
Yes.
I want to say.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Michael Williams, for the what you've just said and explanation on passive. I just want to say add on more to our people in our language in Pidgin.
Sure.
Okay. Online blame me harim. Also Michael Williams he talk. All get something now on passive is they were looking for opportunity to make money online. Okay, our people, they're used to seeing people physically. That's the only difference we have here, is that they don't understand that people can do business online. It's hard to grasp. It's hard to understand that. Is it real? Is it for real? People can do that because we normally go to the market. We always meet with people. We see them with our physical eyes. We don't just go and throw our money out there and put our products there and don't see anybody buying it. So that the only difference, arim online play you me. Difference emi also online internet. Iga tol money stuff. Only working business stuff. But only engage in now computer. Computer only build him also man. Emi can talk. Emi can exchange him idea. Emi can sell him product long you. Now you don't need to make you one plus something. So that's the reason why Michael Williams semi talk Sam. He was looking for all these things. I'm finding way of making money too now. In fact, this automatic internet millionaire company belong him. And they were already looking for this kind of things. Now, time I'm looking these things already inside on passive. He said, "How well something by work?" And by no napia because and that's a very thing that me trying to make him Now, through on passive, can you do that for me? So time Michael Williams, I'm looking for something now. I'm talking no God. And we go sit down, scale him, thing, and he said, "I have to get it. I have to get in. I have to do this. I'll try. Give it a try." So online blowing you PNG. Listen. A market, you know, looking man want the eye blow you. Customer, you know, looking want the eye blow you. Customer blow this la place, only call him internet. Only no need lo sleep, only no need long sit down and sell him something online, no god. Only engage him computer, lo make him all get a something blong all. Only put him all information or copies. Not something, but you me all Papua New Guinea, you need to understand him. Time you me look him sunlight. When we see sunlight here in our country, in US, in England, in other countries, they're maybe seeing night. They're at night now. Now you may stop the morning time. So you look in time difference. So time you may go sleep. Now you may no more market. You may not looking money. All not side the world. Only stop life, only making money through this like internet. So internet, any real market, any stop. Internet is a real market, but just because our people are not educated in this means this medium called internet, our people are not educated that there's a real big multi-billion-dollar market that is available, that billions are flowing from one nation to another online. You don't need to travel to another country to make money, but you can stay right here in Papua New Guinea and you can still make money. Or same now on passive come here and help him you na minalo planti blo you mi lo Papua New Guinea you mi work lo ting ting o same you mi no sabe na customer stop lo we man we mi need lo looking at them I blow me stop lo we now this la business them come you no need lo looking man want them I blow you na making money no god computer now only one plus something only talk artificial intelligence emosem sabe blow man only put him going inside lo computer now only make him computer lo talk one kind of same you na me mania na computer it by can sell him all get something blow me now Papua New Guineans. If you have nothing to sell online, it doesn't matter because on passive is already created everything that you need. Lo market team. Now you don't need lo market team. You don't need lo looking man lo I. Or some something and we come up finish lo you na me.
So what is happening is that the products are being previewed. Okay. So they're not in a position where people are going to actually come and buy it or come and use it. Okay, they're being previewed. Okay, so it's like again, I'm not sure what happens in PNG, so forgive me, but it's like going to a movie. Okay, and so when a movie comes out, right, they send a little trailer, gives you a little information about it, but you can't access it yet. Okay, and then after some time, sometimes it's a few weeks, you know, sometimes even months, now you can access the actual movie, okay, by going to the theater. Okay, so that's what has happened thus far, is that Academy is just giving you like a sneak preview of what's to come. Okay, and then when the next product comes, a sneak preview, and then a sneak preview, and then when we get into soft launch now you'll have the access to actually beta test it. Okay, so that's kind of the steps, Nancy. So we're not there yet as far as people having to be able to touch it, feel it. Okay, and then as far as the public, as far as those who, yes, I want to, you know, buy this Academy product, that's a hard launch. When we get into hard launch, people will be able to buy individual products, retail, okay, or they can get it within the product package. They can get a single package that has everything in it, or they can get it piecemeal, individually. Okay, so that's the process.
Thank you very much, Michael. Let me just explain to our people.
Sure.
Okay, online do mi harim. Yumi sabe pinis some academy mi come outside pinis na only launch him pinis so mi tu one blah line where mi foul likely ko seme only launch him now so nem au bambla you see mo no gato em now I'm clear him now ya. But you mean not you see me yet? This like platform me available and me start lo you know me can read him, understand him, find him out, ask him more questions too. But you mean not you see me yet until soft launch. Until soft launch now, and time where you can test him now you can time using this platform. So person this talk you go line blow you me we plant your line blow me or like come inside only like accessing this platform blow okay them but emi no open it them only some only launch him so let me stop and waiting blow soft launch now I'm this platform and by open now you can actually use him now look him how and work. Thank you very much. Over back to you, David Bakau.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for that. Emily, you've got a question. You want to ask your question now? You can unmute yourself. And you can unmute yourself, Emily. Anyway, okay, let me just make this announcement here. If you're on the participants, you're attending, and you want to ask a question, please click the raise bar or raise hand at the bottom of your phone or your computer, and just click that and raise your hand so we know you want to ask a question and we can bring you on and you can ask that question. Thank you. Emily, are you there?
While we're waiting for Emily, David, let me just share this. You know,
Yep.
So for many years, well, I guess not many, but for a number of years, you know, when I was helping people with their finances, okay, so people would come into my office, you know, and I physically sit down with them, okay, and so that's how we would interact from a business standpoint, okay, and then once I decided to get into business for myself, I got involved with a few companies, and I would travel, right? I would travel different countries, doing presentations, doing workshops, etc. I had to travel. Now, because of the internet, okay, because of the internet, I can make money by sitting at home with my PC, and that's it. I don't need to travel from country to country. You know, I don't need anyone to physically even come see me, right? But I can use the internet as a tool to be able to generate, you know, a significant amount of money, just because of this powerful, you know, system that we have, you know, in the internet. Like it's amazing when people think about it. You know, people, you know, again, here in Canada, it's cold, okay, cold, okay? So sometimes it's like minus 20 degrees, you know, where I am, okay? And so imagine now, I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up and go outside, you know? I don't have to go shovel snow, right? I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to travel, through traffic, to get to a destination, to be engaged in business. All of that can be done right here inside my home behind this computer. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's the power of the internet. That is what we're using with Onpassive, okay, to be able to generate income from people all around the globe. Over 200 countries around the world, people can stay right where they are. So people in Papua New Guinea will be able to, once this gets going, once we hard launch, people in Papua New Guinea will be able to stay in their home. They don't have to go to the markets, okay? They can stay in their home and be generating an income stream, okay? So going to the markets or whatever else it is that they do will not be the only source of income going forward. So can you imagine if people in Papua New Guinea, whatever they're generating now, imagine if they just double that, David. Okay, whatever they're earning right now as income, imagine if it's just doubled. Now, I know for some it's going to be a lot more than that, but just keeping it simple, right? Can you imagine if they just double? When I was on Indian Zoom beginning of the week, and that's what I was sharing with them, that listen, if you're making $2,000 a year, right, in India, can you imagine if all this company did for you was to just double that income? That's it. So I say the same thing to Papua New Guinea. Can you imagine if all you're making is, I don't know, $200 a month? Can you imagine if it's now $400? If you're making, say, $500 a month, can you imagine if all that happens is that it doubles to $1,000 a month? Like, can you imagine how your life will change? I had a young guy who was like 23 years old, and his dream was to be able to buy his mama home. And guess what? With Onpassive, it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent.
Can you?
Thank you, Emily. Go ahead.
Yes, all right. Thank you. You can hear me now. Thank you. Thank you very much, Michael Williams. This is fantastic. There's a lot of things that are now being cleared, and we're really, really grateful for it. My question is really related to people with multiple accounts. Now, as you would know, a lot of our people don't have those, what is it? Those kinds of phones where you can get emails and WhatsApps and Telegrams and that kind of thing. And so a lot of the members are creating accounts on their behalf. And so we heard Redfern talking about the efficiency of having one wallet where all of those streams of income can go through that one wallet. Now, if you have multiple wallets and you want to do it for that purpose, and you've, in a sense, created different Visa cards for it, can you do that? Can you have more than one wallet? And the general question is, what are the disadvantages or the advantages of having just one or several wallets?
Okay, so I would ask you, are you referring to having more than one wallet or more than one account? Meaning more than one GoFounders account?
So I'm talking about more than one wallet for people who have multiple accounts.
Okay, okay, yes. And so that's just going to be a personal choice, right? So let's say I have 5 accounts, okay? If I have 5 accounts, if I want, I could have 5 different wallets. I can have a wallet for each account. Okay, that's an option. Again, everyone's situation is different. Maybe I want, each wallet for a different purpose. Okay, or I could have one wallet and I can attach all 5 accounts to the same wallet, meaning all the money from each account will go into the one wallet. Okay, now from a tax standpoint, okay, every country is different. Okay, so each of us is responsible for our own taxation in our country. So whatever the tax laws are in our country, then we have to follow that guideline. Onpassive does not withhold any money for tax purposes. So we get the money, and whatever your tax law is, as far as income, how it's treated, then you're responsible for that. So when the money goes into the wallet, okay, that individual who controls that wallet is responsible for the taxation.
Thank you, Michael. That's very clear.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll leave the floor open. Any of our leaders here who have any questions? Vero, or you want to say something? Go ahead.
Thank you, David. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael Williams. Really appreciate you being on the show with us. Thank you to all the others, Mati Digamo and all our visitors from overseas who have joined us with the Onpassive PNG webinar. I just want you to maybe elaborate a bit in relation to the soft launch. What happens during the soft launch? I recall sometime last year, there was some mention about how, whatever teams you come into the soft launch, the company would then add +1 to your team and build your team up during the soft launch. Maybe if you could explain on that, and then maybe touch on a little bit on the bonus payments during the soft launch. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so thank you for that, Veronica. Now, during soft launch, okay, what the company is going to be doing, first of all, the price will go up for a founder's position, okay? So it will no longer be $97. It could be, say $200, okay? Now, what will happen is that the company is going to be testing out the marketing campaigns during the soft launch. And so what could result in that is that you may receive a direct sign up, a direct founder, a new founder on your team, okay? So if it's direct to you from the company's campaign, you get paid, okay? And so right now in our back office, if we click on bonus, we can see where it says for a direct founder, it's $20. And for an indirect founder, it's $2, meaning if I personally receive a sign up directly to me, that's $20. If it was my effort that got that, still $20. If it's the company's campaign that produced that, still $20 to me, okay? If I have someone on my team and that team member now gets a direct, okay, they will receive that $20 and then I would receive $2, okay? So what that tells me is that the more people I have on my team, it's the greater the chance of me earning income during soft launch, okay? And I'll illustrate that. Let's say I have 0 on my team, okay? And if the company, let's say the company gets me 3 personal signups, okay? So if I have 0 on my team right now, I go into soft launch, the company gets me 3, so that's 3 times 20, that's $60 I would have earned, okay? Now let's suppose I have 50 on my team, okay? If I have 50 on my team, and if the company gets each of them 3, okay? So the same way they got me 3 when I had 0, if I have 50 on my team and the company gets each of them 3, so 50 times 3 means I have 150 new founders in. Because they're indirect to me, it's 150 times $2, so that's $300 I would have earned, okay? Now imagine if I had 1,000 on my team, okay? You see how the numbers would quickly increase, okay? So the more I have on my team is the greater the chance I have of earning income during soft launch, okay? And so that's how the bonus will work. We have the calculator in the back office. We can play with it, right? And for those who may not have access to it, right? I'm sure someone, they can, get with someone who will have access and show them the numbers in there. You can go in the back office, click on bonus, then you click on duplication, okay? And then that chart that comes up, you just put 3 in for indirect as an example, and then 3 for indirect, and it will populate and you'll see the potential. Now, it doesn't mean that's what people are going to make. It's just giving you an idea of what is possible, okay? Is that clear, Veronica, or do you need more?
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Michael. You know,
I
this
have
is
a
a
question.
great. Oh yeah,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. My question to you, Michael, is just, I know we've heard, we are people always on, we attend webinar and all that, but for the sake of our people, I want to ask this question again. Say for somebody right now here, maybe a single mom, the street mothers, the mothers that do street selling, they just came in as the founder. They have not built a team because they heard that with Onpassive, you don't need to build a team. You don't need to do anything. The company will do everything for you. Now they've come in as by themselves, just one person with no one.
Mm-hmm.
Just give, how much are they gonna make? Just give them an encouragement and a boost, because as you can understand, we are from a country that people do not understand this internet thing.
Sure.
That's why we're all still asking questions. How does it work? Because we always see, we bring our products to the market and we get the physical money, we see it. Now we're talking about online wallets. They're like, online wallets, like we have a wallet in our pocket, you know, we carry it in our purse and all this. So it's crazy. So I want you to just give a conservative explanation to our people that just came in with nobody in their team. How much can they be expecting with Onpassive?
Okay, so let me try and answer that question. Okay, I will try. It is often said that your network, okay, your network, okay, is equal to your net worth. Okay, or another way of looking at it is the size of your team is equal to the size of your bank account. Okay, the size of your team is equal to the size of your bank account. If you have a small team, you'll have a small bank account. If you have a large team, you're going to have a large bank account. Okay, let's talk about the person who has zero team. So obviously they don't have a team. So, you know, it's even below small. Okay, they don't have a team. Here's where the brilliance of Onpassive comes in. Okay, Onpassive is going to take that individual. It's going to set up all that I've spoken about earlier. Okay, it's going to set the business up for them. It's going to do all that. Onpassive is going to create sales for them. Okay, so what will happen over time? And let's just use a 12-month period. Okay, over time, and let's say for 12 months, that person could go from having zero team, potentially 1,000 on their team. Okay, over a 12-month period. Okay, so let's analyze that. All right. So again, a person has zero on their team. It's realistic that with the company, you know, doing the marketing, doing the work, the presenting, the following up, all of that, right? Driving the traffic, the company doing all of that, which is going to result in sales or customers for this individual. Okay, let's say it's you, Nancy. Okay, let's say it's you and you have zero team. Okay. And so as the company gets you 2 customers, then they get you 3 customers, 5 customers, 10 customers. It is possible that over 12-month period, you could have 1,000 customers on your team. So you see, you went from 0 to 1,000, okay? Because it's going to add up, it's going to accumulate. Now imagine, Nancy, imagine you have 1,000 on your team 12 months later, okay? What if, and I don't know, I'm just saying what if, right? What if for each customer, for each sale that was made, okay, meaning the person has spent, you know, I don't know, $200, $250, whatever the number is going to be, and they purchased the product package, right? So they purchased O Connect, O Academy, all those products they purchased in the package, okay? And the company says, you know what, Nancy, we're going to give you $1 for each sale, okay? $1 for each sale per month. Just imagine the company says that. Now, you know, is it going to be $1? Is it $10? Is it 50 cents? I don't know. But let's just imagine it's $1. I think that's a reasonable number. I'm sure you'll agree with that, Nancy. That's a reasonable number. So can you imagine that person have 0 on their team 12 months later, because the company is built up over time. So 12 months later, they have 1,000 on their team. Can you imagine getting $1 per customer per month? Wouldn't that be a nice income for someone living in Papua New Guinea? For someone that's selling their wares in the market? Wouldn't that be a nice income? Can you imagine that?
Excellent income.
Now let's take someone, Nancy, right? I don't want to leave you with just that. Let's take someone who decides to be active during pre-launch. They decide to share this with others, you know, like David has, you know, I'm sure Veronica has, I'm sure you have, Nancy, okay? Without knowing your situation, but I'm sure you have, because just from hearing you speak, I'm sure you have, right? So let's suppose because you're active, you're sharing with your people, you want to see people in Papua New Guinea do well. And so let's suppose you've pre-built a team of, I don't know, say 500. Okay, let's say you pre-built a team of 500. Do you think over the same 12-month period, do you think you're gonna have the same as someone who started with 0? You think you're gonna have, you know, 1,000 on your team after 12 months when you've already pre-built 500 before launch? Can you imagine what that number will be like after 12 months? Right? Can you imagine? And then when you multiply that by a dollar amount, right? Can you imagine? People need to understand how powerful this business is. There has never been anything like this before. Nothing. I'm sure people in Papua New Guinea have joined other companies in the past. I'm sure they have. I'm sure, you know, the hardworking mothers have been looking for ways to help their family, to take care of their children. I am sure of that, right? I've never been to PNG, but I am sure that is the case. You understand? I'm originally from Jamaica, and I've seen my grandfather work hard. I've seen my grandmother work. My grandmother was a school teacher, you know, and my grandfather was, you know, basically a farmer, right? And so he would, you know, get the coffee. He would get the chocolate, you know, oranges, you know, and bring it to market and sell it. Right? My grandfather did that. Right? My grandfather was a pastor, you know, so he cared for people. You understand? So, you know, that's kind of my background, right? Like from back then. Okay. And so I know that the mothers in Papua New Guinea are hard-working people. You understand? And so can you imagine, just by sharing with them because you want to help them, and they see it, they get it, they say, you know what? I'm willing to take that chance. I'm willing to take that leap of faith to get in, because you're telling me, you know, David is telling the people, all you have to do is get in and you will win. And he's telling the truth. You understand? And if they do that, and just by sharing, even if they share with 3 others, maybe it's 40 others, right? Maybe it's 20, it doesn't matter. As long as you share, you're going to win even that much more. You understand? But even for those who don't have the ability, even for those who maybe, you know what, I've tried so many things before and I really don't want to tell no one about it, even for those individuals, if they just get in, they are going to win. There is no doubt in my mind about that. That you can take to the bank, Nancy. Okay, that you can take to the bank. That even that person, even that mother with 0 team, they are going to win. Okay, and if you decide to build the team before we actually hard launch, it's just going to be that much more beautiful. Okay, you're going to generate the income faster. Okay, because you'll be able to make money from day 1 of launch instead of waiting for 3 months or 6 months or 8 months, or however long it may take. Because you have a pre-built team, you'll be able to make money from day 1 of launch. Okay, and that is a beautiful thing.
Whoa. Powerful, 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 Michael Williams. That's very powerful, very motivating, very encouraging. You know, these Papua New Guinea women, they're crazy. They go out to the streets, they go to the marketplace, in the churches, wherever we are at the bus stop, whether nursing an infant, we just preach on Passive. So now, come on, Papua New Guinea, you are in PNCM talk here. Me talk, so you know that team, you start at 0 level. Now, giving you 1 year, time company launch. Now, 1,000 man put on the team blue you. And you narla man, you narla Mary Pinis. You by making money and Michael Williams is talking, but you win, now you win, now you win, now you win. As long as you supply, but you win. No something but passing, no something but stopping you. But you win, that's still not Goya. Or same now, whether you got team now you know got team stories, but you know got team now you have thinking plenty. Lose thinking, passing mouse, sit down is the continue market, continue raising money, but you buying this la first month activation fee, but you tastolia. Now rest, talk on something or some you miss that talk. No can think too much about this life. You will be a winner. The way Mr. Williams is explaining it to us, you are going to win day one. Suppose you got team finish, now you will build him, now you will share him information with your people. You are bringing people in, you are getting them as spending founders, keep on talking to them, because if you have a small team, even if it's a small team, day one global launch, you win it. So thank you very much, Michael Williams. This is awesome. Come on, Papua New Guinea, aren't we fired up in the world? Are you fired up with this information? We cannot go to sleep. We keep on speaking and talking. Back to you, Mr. Bakau.
Thank you, my dynamite leader, Nancy.
Nancy's on fire, man. God.
Go, just blow the cap off. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. And you play all Papua New Guinea, you plus the customers we are talking about here. It's online customers. We have a customer base of about 4 billion people doing business online. So everything is done for you. The company is making everything possible for you, as Michael and Nancy has translated in Pidgin. Everything is done for you. You don't need to do anything. You just pay your registration fee. You come in, you get locked in. And the other, I see the beautiful heart of Ash Mufareh, our CEO, the human person. He's created this soft launch. And soft launch, there's going to be some bonuses paid. And this is for our mothers who cannot be able to pay their second account or pay their activation fee, like Priska. Priska struggled for 2 weeks to be able to pay her registration. And for her to pay her activation fee, I see Ashes put in this bonus system during the soft launch. How good and how kind as Ash is. He has thought about all these things, and he's making it possible for everyone. Nobody will be left out on this platform. If you think that you can come in, and because we are saying we are going to pay another activation fee when we go into the main launch, you get in now and you build a team, and during the soft launch, you'll definitely make some money because of the bonuses that will be paid to you. And that bonus will be able to help you to pay your activation fee. And if you cannot pay that, don't worry. We will all help. We will chip in. We will chip in and we'll help. We are a family. We are going to stretch our hands out, dig into our pockets, and we're going to make sure that every person, every founder that we bring onto this platform, everyone will succeed, because this is the motto of this company. We will win and we will succeed. Thank you. Go ahead. If anyone has, I think Alfonsoni, you try. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dave, that is so true. I tell people all they have to do is make a $97 decision. Okay, you're not making a $97 decision plus $100 or plus a $150 or plus a $2. No, you are making a $97 decision. That's the focal point. Okay, when it comes to what's coming out of my pocket, that's the focal point. Because as you rightfully said, David, the system is designed to help people. Right? To help people, okay? And so if people just simply get in, okay, there are things in place that will help them, okay? So they don't need to worry about what's coming next. How is it possible I'm going to afford this? You know, all I can, listen, like we keep saying, all you have to do is get in. You get in and you will win. Our CEO has stated that all we do around here is win, win, win. That's all we do. Win, win, win. So if you get in, guess what? You're going to win. It's just that simple. How does passive income work? Okay. I mean, there's many different types of passive income. Okay. If you went to the bank, for example, and you put some money in the bank account, and the bank told you that, okay, because you're going to leave the money with us for a whole year and don't touch it, okay, we're going to give you 2% on your money. Okay. So that's your money working for you. You didn't do anything, and at the end of the year, the bank says, here's 2%. So if you had $1,000 inside the bank decides to give you $20, okay, at the end of the year. So that's passive income. You didn't work for it, okay? So that means that passive income is really income that you're making without you having to physically exchange your time and effort in order to earn that money, okay? And so with what we're talking about, okay, we're not talking about an investment. What we're talking about is a business, okay? So passive income would be if I went and I got a McDonald's franchise, right? So I paid for it, I bought it, you know, maybe it cost me $1 million, okay? I bought this McDonald's franchise. I also hired employees, you know, staff to work inside there. So I could be out on my golf course, okay? I could be out on my golf course with Marty. And so while we're out there having fun, okay, the people them at the McDonald's franchise is working, okay, and that is making money for me without me having to be there and exchanging my time for it, okay? So again, I purchased a business, I put money into a business, and the business is generating me an income, okay? So that's passive income, okay? Now let's look at Onpassive, okay? So with Onpassive, okay, it's the same thing. We are actually paying the company, so we're gonna take money, pay the company, and the company says, we are now going to work for you. We're not going to do the work, okay? We're going to take care of everything that is needed for you to earn income, okay? What is needed? What is the company actually doing for you? The company is saying, hey, we've created these wonderful products, these proprietary products, these revolutionary products, these products that anyone who's on the internet that wants to make money, they have to have these things, okay? Some of these products are already there in existence. For example, Zoom, okay? Zoom is in existence already, okay? It's a webinar platform. There's other webinar platform, GoToWebinar, AnyMeeting, etc. There's other companies, okay? Onpassive is saying, well, we can create a webinar platform that's going to be better. It's going to be more cost effective. So it's going to save people money if they use it. It's going to give them better features. It's like something being unlimited, okay? With Zoom, as you decide to increase the amount of attendees that you can have, you have to pay more money. Onpassive says, nope, you pay one fee and that's it. If you want to have 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, doesn't matter. One cost, okay? So people who are using Zoom will see Onpassive product and says, wow, we want that, okay? So we're gonna have what people want. And the same goes for all the other products that Onpassive has, okay? So Onpassive is gonna use all of that, okay, to create customers for you. So that, like I said, the same way that you go to the market and you get customers, people come and buying from you, buying from you, buying from you. That's what Onpassive is doing. Think of Onpassive products as your mangoes, as your coconuts, as your, you know, whatever products it is that you sell in the market. Just think of Onpassive having those same things, okay, but they're selling it in a digital way. They're selling it in a way that's not physical, okay? So you can't touch it, but it's inside the computer, okay? And so Onpassive sells these things on your behalf and you earn money from it. It's a brilliant company. Listen, this in a small scale is what I was doing 10 years ago, okay? I've been doing it, okay? Right? So we know that it works. We know that it makes sense, right? This is why I'm so excited about it, because I understand, I fully get it, right? I understand that closed loop, that circle from starting with a website. You have to have traffic. You have to have a way to follow up with these people that come. So you have to capture their information. You have to be able to continuously having that cycle where you have customer support, right? You don't have to even support your customers. Okay, the company does so everything that you can think of from A to Z that's included in the sales process, Onpassive is doing for you. You're paying the company for the company to do the work for you so that you get paid. That's passive income. It's passive because you don't have to sell the products, but yet you're going to get customers, right? Because the company is going to sell the products for you. Okay, you're paying them to do the work, right? I mentioned to you that it is cold where I am, so we get snow. Okay, my driveway is out there, and so anytime snow falls, someone comes and they clear the driveway for me. Why? Because I pay them to do the work. You understand? So my driveway is always clear because I paid the company in advance to do the work every single month that we get snow. When the grass needs to be cut, I pay the company in advance, and they come once a week or twice a week, depending on whether there's rainfall, etc. But once or twice a week, they come, they cut the grass, right? Sorry, once a week or every 2 weeks, sorry. They come and they cut the grass, okay? I don't have to do the work. I pay the company to do the work, okay? So this is what's happening with Onpassive. This is why we say it's passive, because you don't have to recruit. You don't have to share, okay? But if you go join a company like Amway, or join a company like Melaleuca, join a company like Herbalife, and all the different companies on the internet, if you go join these companies, you have to sell their products, okay? Think about this. You who are in Papua New Guinea, let's say you have, a lot of mangoes. You could actually get someone and says, listen, hey, Nancy, I want to give you all these mangoes, okay? And I want you to go down to the market and you sell it for me, and then you just give me a piece of the pie, okay? So for every 10 mangoes you sell, Nancy, I want you to give me payment for one, okay? So now I'm earning passive income because I'm not the one going to the market to sell the mangoes, right? Nancy's going to go there and sell it for me, and she gets a cut and I get a cut. That's what the company is doing, okay? The company says, yeah, we'll sell everything for you, and when we make a sale, we give you a piece of the sale, okay, as in some money, and we keep some money. It's a fair system, right? It's a fair system. And so that's what passive income is. We don't have to exchange our time or effort in order to make the money. Does it mean that everyone is going to be passive? No. I love to share. Okay? I love to share. I want to see as many people as possible participate in this, benefit from this, right? So I love to share. And I know David loves to share. Marty loves to share. You understand? There are lots of people in Onpassive that have that sharing spirit where you just feel compelled to share. Some people get involved in Onpassive and they're like, oh, I'm not telling nobody because the last deal I was in, oh man, that was just a bad experience. So I'm not. And then after a little bit, they just can't help themselves but start sharing. But I thought you weren't going to share. Yeah, I know, but I don't know, man. This thing is just so good. I just have to tell somebody about it. That's just how it is. That's what this business is doing to people. It is forcing them to share the information with others, right? It is now 12:34 in the morning, okay? Am I tired? No. I could keep going for another 4 hours easily. You understand? I eat, I sleep, I drink Onpassive. Why? Because Onpassive is going to change so many people's lives. Onpassive will close the poverty gap. That's what Onpassive is going to do for so many around the world. It's going to close that gap. You understand? So that's what passive income is. All right?
A system, a speaker that everybody can hear it. And then later on, you can get your questions and send it to us, and we can try to help you answer it. And today we have teams and my beautiful, wonderful, godly CEO, Our people in Papua New Guinea will be so proud because they're listening to boombox, they're listening to the loudspeakers. They cannot see you in the screen, but they can hear your voice, and I am so grateful. And I want to give it back to you, our CEO. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Nancy. Amazing, incredible, incredible. How could a country like that with the most amazing people not be a leading country? So you listed all the precious things in your country, but the main thing is the people. I mean, nothing could happen without people. You really got hardworking people, most deserving people. I cannot name all of you, but your work and your heart is speaking volume. I'm so moved more than you. One thing I tell you, if you really want to carry me, you're gonna start working out today. You're gonna have to have a lot of muscles to carry a heavy man. Yeah. So, but thank you, David. Look where we are today. I cannot thank you enough. Obviously, words are too short to describe how much we respect you and your wife and Nancy and everybody in this incredible country. It's an island, it's a paradise. It's a whole package. This is exactly what we're doing in Onpassive. We're bringing the power back to people, average people. That's the real power. We're the majority. We don't trust the leaders all the time, sadly, because especially when it's in politics, I'm not generalizing in any way, but mostly or quite often we see that it's unfair, injustice, and for their personal selfish benefits, they would do anything. And we cannot trust that. So we have to take our life back, not against them. It just we're not depending on them. We're doing our work independently. We have the power. We're the majority. We have the need, and our needs are more legit. We're not talking about lavish life and just doing insane things. We're talking about survival, having a decent, dignified life. That's it. I think we can do it. We have the power, we have the ability, we have the work, the energy, everything we have. They have nothing but misleading mostly, or kind of canned, hypey image that is way from reality. They're not more powerful than us. Don't want to get political here in any way. I'm just saying, let me give you the example of India. India, as we all know, it's the second largest global population after China. They got a lot of people. Now, they're known by their above average educated. I mean, mostly it's like to become an engineer is almost like drinking water. And there's a big gap. There are people who live in above the sky, above the clouds in India. And then 99% plus, I'm sure it's more than that, let's not be accurate, they live below the ground, hardly surviving and eating each other. So how could this make sense? Mostly this is the case everywhere. I mean, we live in a great country in the United States. The biggest part that makes it a leading country, there is a sense of justice. I mean, it's not ideal, but okay, decent. And there's a middle class. There's not like top and bottom. Like, okay, there's in between. So that is, if we do the calculation, this is the vast majority of the global population. I mean, this average middle class way of living, that is everybody. So we kind of changed the game in Onpassive. We flipped it around. Okay, we decided most businesses, they would think if so and so would be with us, if this company would endorse our business, any business, or become a customer. That's it. That's all we need. So here's the thing. It's that privilege always. They're giving the advantage and the privilege to the big guys, to the big money. Why? So we just switched it over and we said, we're going to give the power to the average person, to the little guy. I don't know if we agree on the term, but the bottom line is to real people, everyday people from everywhere, every walk of life. We give them the power, and I'm sure those big dogs or cats or, you know, sharks or elephants, whatever you want to call them, they will come to us. Sounds like they're animals, but no matter how we do it, but they will come to us. So we'll be the hunted, not the hunters. Okay, we don't have to chase them to beg for living. We're going to have the power that if they want to sustain their power, they're going to have to us. We're not competing. We're not going after them. We're not downing them. I believe everybody has their opportunity. There's plenty of opportunity in life. So this is what we're doing. It's working. That's the good news. And Nancy, you haven't seen much. It's just about to get hot, okay? It is warming up right now. And it looks like the next 2 to 3 months, I'm talking about March, April, and so on, it's gonna really get very interesting and Onpassive. So many things are happening. I mean, we already know that there's so many moving parts. We've been working so hard, and unplanned, okay, accidentally in a way, it happened that they all matured together. They're almost like so many dues, like, you know, campaigns, legal work, okay, compliance, soft launch, you know, the bonuses, the product completion, the mega product launches, the staff completion. We're adjusted. We're getting better every day. We're getting smarter every day, and we're expanding, and we're getting attention. So it's every day is better than the day before in every dimension you can imagine. And we're witnessing a good example of what we're doing. If somebody is going to succeed, okay, they will have to consider Onpassive at some point. And for them to consider Onpassive, we already set the stage for a fair game. They're going to have to respect the real people. They're not going to step on us. We're not going to allow them to do that. And when I say them, to be clear, I'm not like painting that ambiguous picture. I'm talking about the corrupted wealth. I'm talking about the gurus. I'm talking about the selfish greed business man and woman. I'm talking about the unfairness all across, you know, the countries. We're here. We're coming together as one family. Your success is completely depending on everybody's success. You cannot succeed alone. I cannot succeed alone. We have to win together. And we already recognize this. That is the cure. More than half of the cure to understand how it works. And we allowed it. I'm sure it wasn't this way in the beginning. Of course, it takes time to evolve and understand our culture. But as of now, we all understand it's not a one-man show. It cannot happen by competing or stepping on someone's, you know, privileges or advantages. We are equally fortunate here, and we only can win together. And I'm blessed. I thank you for keeping me accountable, Marty DeGarmo. Appreciate you. And you know, by reminding me to be here, so it gives me the opportunity to see the people that are making this happen. and every one of you. Like I think I know technically, or at least I heard most of you before. So that's the true definition of a family. Okay, it's been semi-virtual now. We're seeing some. We're meeting most online from distance, thanks to technology, and it will only get more, real after this. Thank you, Michael Williams, and I mean, Onpassive is in debt for you. I mean, you're making a lot of effort and energy, and we appreciate that. You're an inspiration, and you are very informative to all of us. So we stay sharp because of you, and each and every one of you is definitely valued and valuable because of what you do. Hey Tim, I heard you a few times, and I thank you so much. Looking great past midnight, and it's a true love. Yeah, absolutely. So I couldn't miss the opportunity. I'm tied up, and we got family, we got things going on, business and this and that. So I just tried my best to fit it in. But it's good to see all of you here, regardless of the names. I think I can name all of you. That's a good thing. Like if I know 3, okay, I'll say, okay, Cedric, David, Veronica, hi, done. Okay, but I know technically everyone. I'm not gonna be done by naming a couple of hundred now. So, so welcome everyone by the name. So,
how's the tech team doing?
Your your voice came up now. So go ahead, take it away.
No, you know me, Ash. I'm tied to the medical side of things, and I always am concerned about. It's been a difficult year in the medical world with COVID. So when you told us that we had 19 of our core tech people that had been tested positive, I just had a funeral for a friend today who died from COVID, 45 years old. But I'm concerned, and if you could just update us and give our prayers to all the technicians that are there, I would appreciate it.
And so sorry to hear about your friend. That is so young, incredible. Yeah, so we still have 19. It did an increase. It's good that it's not increasing because we're a large number now. And the other good news that it's our building. So there's no other tenants like previously. Sometimes the infected are not from Onpassive, but we would still suffer the lockdown and closing down the property for a couple of days. But now we can maneuver things around. We still have a good space, so we work. I mean, we lost a day. You could say that, but it's essential because we have to do a second test, and then we organize the comeback by showing that you're negative of COVID. I mean, it could be worse always, but we're lucky. In fact, we just learned also about another friend here on the West Coast in Florida, where I am today. Young man, he left the family too, COVID. And they thought it's a flu and just ignored the symptoms. And, oh, I'm good. Go check up. Okay. Oh, I'm good. By the time he got to the hospital, it was too late. Like, it was like he was still alive, but it was, he's very young too. So it is serious. It's ugly. It's been a rough 2020. I think we're on the good direction now. I mean, it's either we surrender to this vicious virus or we keep fighting. I mean, it's not going to eat all of us. That's the good news. We are going to survive. We're going to outlive it. And it's important to be cautious and take it seriously.
because we wanted to make some passive income for ourselves. But after listening to you and hearing your dreams and your visions and how you wanted to impact humanity and leave a legacy, that has rubbed onto the whole lot of us. I mean, I've got dreams to go back. I want to bring in water supply, do electrification, build up the clinic, upgrade the local aid posts, set up learning centers for our mothers, build up our local court houses. There's a lot of things that I want to do. And that's what's driven me to go ahead and build a big team, because I can see that with the numbers, we can leverage from that, and that brings in the income that I need to go in and do the things I want to do. I've shared the opportunity with other people. They just can't believe that, you know, Onpassive can offer this opportunity to just come in, be in it, and win it. I mean, we say that they listen to us, and there's this look of incredibility on their face, like they can't believe that this is real. But I thank you. I thank you so much, and thank you for coming on our webinar. You know, if each of us are from different provinces, we have our own way of greeting and expressing our appreciation. You know, in my province, the women, they shout, and they have this yell. It's like a yell, but they shout. And when they do that, you know, the guys run, they flee, because this is what we do to welcome our visitors. And thank you so much for appearing on our webinar. From the bottom of my, the words can't express how much I want to say thank you, but thank you. When we do a lot of things, then we have the name Onpassive everywhere and everything that we do. Maybe that will be one way we can capture all of that and send it back to you, to Orlando, and you can see what we're doing with what you've given to us. Thank you.
Thanks for believing. And what I was trying to say, ironically, everything the big powers in life they achieve is at the cost of the regular people, everyday live people. That's how it happens. So whatever has been done before for a few, it can be done to all of us. So it's a simple thing for us. My wealth or potential is not going to decrease by having my fellow citizens or brothers and sisters win with me. It's not going to decrease. It's only going to multiply that. This is a real power. You can only win more with people when they recognize that it's a fair opportunity to all of us. So we are the power. We are the people. We are the power, and we can do it. It's only the change in the mindset that has been happening so far. So we believe in ourselves, and we're going to make it. Just